welcome to today's video. So today we are going to discuss two questions on how to find the equation of a circle under two different circumstances. Equation of a circle is a common question which is asked for many competitive exams where geometry is a portion. So when the geometry topic questions are to be asked in the competitive exam, this question is commonly asked: find the equation of the circle under two different circumstances. So let's go to the first question. Find the equation of a circle when the diameter n points are given as -3, 8 and 7, 6. So in this question we are going to see how to find the equation of the circle when the n points of the diameter are given. So there are two different type of equations for a circle. One is the standard equation of a circle and second is the general equation of a circle. The general equation of a circle we will be discussing in the next question. So here we are going to see the standard equation of the circle. The standard equation of a circle is given as x minus h the whole square plus y minus k the whole square is equal to r square. So what are these h and k? H and k represent the center O of the circle and r is representing the radius of the circle. So now we are having the standard equation of the circle. So in order to find out the equation of a circle, we need to know h, k and r, where h and k represent the center of the circle and r is representing the radius of the circle. So from the given question, how to find out the center of the circle? So this is the case, we are having a circle and here let O be the center and we are having the diameter of the circle and the end points of the diameter are given. The end points are given as -3, 8 and 7, 6. When the end points of the diameter are given, how to find out the center of the circle? So what's the idea? We know that the center of the circle will be the midpoint of the diameter. So here we are having a line with endpoints -3, 8 and 7, 6 and we need to find out the midpoint of the particular line. So we are having the equation for finding out the midpoint of a line. Xm ym is representing the midpoint of the line. So xm ym is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This x1 and y1 is one endpoint of the line and x2 and y2 are the coordinates of the another endpoint of the line. So here we are already having the endpoints of the diameter. So we can easily find out the midpoint of the diameter by using this particular equation. So let's go for that. So here O is the center of the circle. So it will be having the coordinates h and k. We have assumed that h and k represents the center of the circle. So hk will be given by -3 plus 7 by 2. Here x1 is equal to -3 and x2 is equal to 7. So -3 plus 7 by 2 and y1 is equal to 8 and y2 is equal to 6. So 8 plus 6 divided by 2. So which will be giving you 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2 and 8 plus 6 is equal to 14 by 2 is equal to 7. So 2, 7 is the center of the circle, or h is equal to 2 and k is equal to 7. So we already got h and k. Now we have to find out r, or radius of the circle. So how to go about finding the radius of the circle? The radius of the circle will be this distance r. So r will be the distance between O and one of the endpoints of the diameter. So we are having one endpoint, so -3, 8 and O also we have, O is equal to 2, 7. So we have to find out the distance between these 2 points, 2, 7 and -3, 8 in order to determine the radius of the circle. So what is the distance between two endpoints of a line? It will be given as d is equal to root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So in this case x1 y1 is equal to -3, 8 and x2 y2 is equal to 2, 7. So -3, 8 and 2, 7. We are asked to find out the distance between the 2 points -3, 8 and 2, 7. So x1 y1 is representing -3, 8 and 2, 7 are representing x2 y2. So here our distance will be equal to root of x2 minus x1. So it is 2 minus -3 which will be giving you 5 square. Okay, x2 is equal to 2 and x1 is equal to 3. So we are asked to find out the distance between the 2 points minus 3, 8 and 2, 7. Why are we doing this? In order to find out the radius of the circle. The radius means it is the distance between the center of the circle and any end point on the circle. We already have the diameter end point on the circle. So if we find out the distance between these 2 points, 2, 7 and minus 3, 8, we will be getting the radius of the circle. Similarly, we can find out the radius of the circle by determining the distance between 2, 7 and 7, 6. We just randomly chose the point minus 3, 8. You can very well choose the point 7, 6 also. You will be getting the same answer. So, phi square plus what is y2 minus y1? y2 is equal to 7 and y1 is equal to 8. So, 7 minus 8 is minus 1 the whole square is equal to 1 square. Minus 1 the whole square and 1 square are same only. So, root of 5 square plus 1 square which will be giving you root of 26. So, you got r also. R is equal to, we found out the distance, d is equal to root 26 which is equal to the radius of the circle. Now, we can straight away go to the standard equation of the circle. So, our answer will be, the equation of the circle here will be x minus 2 the whole square, h is equal to 2 plus y minus 7 the whole square, k is equal to 7, it is equal to root of 26 the whole square which gives you 26. So, x minus 2 the whole square plus y minus 7 the whole square is equal to 26. So, this is our final answer. If options are given, maybe you want to expand, maybe in the options it will not be directly given like this, it might be given like x square minus 2x plus 4 plus y square minus 14y plus 49 is equal to 26, or some terms might be there in the form of the expansion. So, in that case you have to expand and find out the correct option from the multiple choices given. So, how to find out? So, this is a standard question. How to find out the standard equation of a circle when the diameter endpoints are given. So, from the diameter endpoints, the first step is to find out the midpoint of the line. You are having the equation x sum ym is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2 y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So, when you are finding out the midpoint of the diameter, you will be getting the center of the circle. Then you have to find out the radius of the circle. The radius of the circle can be found out by determining the distance between the center of the circle and one of the endpoints of the diameter. So, you will be getting r also. Then just substitute in the standard equation of the circle, x minus h the whole square plus y minus k the whole square is equal to r square. So, you will be getting the final answer as x minus 2 the whole square plus y minus 7 the whole square is equal to 26. Now, let us go to the second question. Find the equation of the circle passing through the 3 points 1, 2, 3 minus 4 and 5 minus 6. This is a second type of question which can be asked from the equation of the circle. Here you cannot find out the answer from the standard equation of the circle. You have to use the general equation of the circle. So, general equation of the circle is given by x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0, where g and f is representing the center of the circle. In the other case, we use the representations as h and k, and in this equation gf represents the center O of the circle. Okay, so x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0 is the general equation of the circle. Now, we are having 3 points through which the circle passes. The circle passes through 3 points are given, and from these 3 points given, we have to find out the equation of the circle. So, how to do these kind of questions? So, 2 type of questions can come. One is find the equation of the circle when the endpoints of the diameter are given, and second is find the equation of the circle when 3 non-collinear points through which the circle passes are given. So, now we are going to do this second type of question. So, we have to substitute all these 3 points in this particular general equation. So, what you will be getting? First, we are substituting the points 1, 2. So, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. So, what you will be getting? X square is 1 square plus y square is 2 square, which is 4. So, 1 plus 4 plus 2g, since x is equal to 1, plus 4f plus c is equal to 0, or you will be getting 2g plus 4f plus c is equal to minus 5. This is your first equation. Now, second equation, you are substituting x is equal to 3 and y equal to minus 4. So what you will be getting? 3 square is 9, 9 plus 16 minus 4 the whole square is equal to 16 plus 2gx, you will be getting plus 6x and minus 8y, sorry 2g, okay, sorry, plus 6g and plus 8f and plus c is equal to 0. So your final equation will be 6g minus 8f plus c is equal to minus 25, your second equation. Now third equation you are going to do is x is equal to 5 and y equal to minus 6, which will be giving you x square is 25 and y square is 36 and minus 10g plus 10g, okay, plus 10g minus 12f plus c is equal to 0. So which will be giving you 10g minus 12f plus c is equal to minus 61. So this is the third equation. So now we are having three equations in three variables. 2g plus 4f plus c is equal to minus 5, 6g minus 8f plus c is equal to minus 25 and third equation is 10g minus 12f plus c is equal to minus 61. So how to solve this? You are having three equations in three variables. So one method to solve is you can take two equations at a time. For instance, you are taking equation 1 and equation 2 and you are going to find out c from both these equations. So 2g plus 4f is equal to minus 5 minus c. So that is c is equal to minus 5 minus 2g minus 4f and you will be substituting the c's value in the second equation. So you will be getting an equation exclusively in g and f. Similarly, you will be substituting the value of c in the equation 3 also. So you will be getting two equations in two variables. Now you can solve just like that. Then solve equations 2 and 3 and from there you can find out the value of g and f. Then substitute g and f in the equation of c and you will be getting c also. So anyway, it is a time consuming method. So we are going to do this in the second method. Second method is a determinant method. In determinant method, x will be given as dx by d and y will be given as dy by d and z will be given as dz by d. So let's see what is this d and what are dx, dy and dz. So d will be is equal to determinant of, just write down the coefficients of the three variables, okay. So that is determinant d. So you are going to write down the coefficients of the three variables. So you will be getting 2, 4, 1, then 6, minus 8, 1, then 10, minus 12 and 1. Now we are going to expand this determinant. How to do the determinant expansion? You might be already knowing how we do. It will be 2 into, we have to exclude the row and the column containing this 2. So you will be getting 2 into minus 8, 12, minus 12, 1, 1. Now the second term you have to take is 6 and you have to put a minus also. So minus 6 into, you have to exclude the row and the column containing 6. So you have to exclude this row and this column. So the remaining terms are 4, 1, minus 12 and 1 plus 10 into, again you have to exclude the row and the column containing 10. So you have to exclude this column and this row, this row and this column. So you will be getting 4, 1, minus 8 and 1. So now we are going to expand. So what you will be getting? It will be like 2 into minus 8 minus these two terms multiplication minus the cross multiplication of these two terms. So it will be equal to 2 into minus 8 plus 12. So minus 8 minus minus 12, which will be giving you minus 8 plus 12. So it will be minus 8 plus 12. So just remember this term, okay. You have to use this for the expansion of dx also. So it will be very easy. The expansion of dx will be very easy because dx means you have to replace the first column. The first column has to be replaced by the constants. Then you will be getting, and expanding it, you will be getting dx. So you have to remember these terms so that your expansion of dx will become very easy. So minus 6 into 4, 4 minus minus 12 is 4 plus 12. And finally plus 10 into minus, it is plus 4, right, okay, plus 4 minus minus 8, so 4 plus 8. So this was our final step. D is equal to 2 into minus 8 plus 12 minus 6 into 4 plus 12 plus 10 into 4 plus 8. So which will be giving you 2 into 4 minus 6 into 16 plus 10 into 12. So which will be giving you 8 minus 96 plus 120. So which will be 32. So D we got it as 32. Now we have to find out dx. So dx means you have to substitute the three constants on the first column. So what was d? We'll once again write d here. D was the coefficient determinant. So 2, 6, 10, then 4, minus 8, minus 12 and 1, 1, 1. So what were our equations? 2g plus 4f plus c is equal to minus 5. Our second equation is 6g minus 8f plus c is equal to minus 25, and our third equation is 10g minus 12f plus c is equal to minus 61. So d was 2, 4, 1, 6 minus 8, 1, 10 minus 12, 1, the coefficients of all the three variables. So dx will be just replacing the first column. 2, 6, 10 will be replaced by minus 5, minus 25, minus 61, and the other two columns will remain as such. So 4, minus 8, 12 and 1, 1, 1. If you practice this, it will become an easy task. So you can use this even for competitive exams for solving the three equations in three variables. Here the error rate will be very low. That is the thing. If you are finding out the third variable in terms of the other two variables and substituting in the equations, error can occur. So dx will be equal to, so here only the first column is replaced, the rest of the terms are same only. So you can easily use these same terms again, no need to again evaluate and take and all. So 2 will be replaced by minus 5. So minus 5 into minus 8 plus 12 minus 25. So it will be plus 25 into 16. I am straight away writing 16, plus will be minus 61. So minus 61 into 12. Okay. So you can remember dx will be very much similar to d, only these three terms will be replaced by the new terms which are the constants of the three equations. So 2 will be replaced by minus 5, minus 6 will be replaced by plus 25 and plus 10 will be replaced by minus 61. So all these terms you can write down as such. So minus 5 into 4 which gives you minus 20, plus 25 into 16 will be giving you 400, and minus 61 into 12 will be giving you 732. So minus 20 plus 400 minus 732 which gives you minus 352. Now you have to find out dy. So dy means you have to substitute the second column by the constants. So 2, 6, 10 and the second column will be replaced as minus 5, minus 25 and minus 61, and the third column will be 1, 1, 1. So this one you have to expand because the second column itself has changed. So you have to expand it once more. So dy will be given as 2 into minus 25 minus 61 1, 1. So that we are excluding the row and the column containing 2. Then minus 6 into, we are excluding the row and column containing 6. So it will be minus 5, 1, minus 61, 1. So plus 10 into, we are excluding the row and column containing 10. So it will be minus 5, 1, minus 25 and 1. So what it will be? 2 into minus 25 plus 61 minus 6 into minus 5 plus 61 plus 10 into minus 5 plus 25. So it will be equal to 2 into 36 minus 6 into 56 plus 10 into 20, which will be giving you 72 minus 336 plus 200 is equal to minus 64. So minus 64 will be dy. Now you need not go for the expansion of dz and all, you can straight away find out x and y, from there you can find out z. So that will be better. Okay, so here what is x actually? X is g and y is equal to f. X is equal to g and y is equal to f. So what is g? G will be equal to dx by d, which will be equal to minus 352 divided by 32 is equal to minus 11. And what is f? F is equal to dy by d, which will be giving you minus 64 divided by 32 is equal to minus 2. So from these two we are going to find out what is c. So c will be given as 2 into minus 11. G is equal to minus 11. So 2 into minus 11 plus 4 into minus 2 plus c is equal to minus 5. So what is c? C will be equal to minus 5 plus 22 plus 8. So 22 plus 8 is equal to 30. 30 minus 5 is equal to 25. So what is g, f and c? G is equal to minus 11, f is equal to minus 2 and c is equal to 25. Now we can straight away write the equation of the circle. So, equation of the circle, general equation of the circle is given by x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. So, it will be given as x square plus y square minus 22x, 2g is minus 22 minus 4y plus 25 is equal to 0. So, this will be our final answer. So, these two questions are commonly asked for competitive exams. So, well prepared for these questions and also practice well so as to solve the 3 equations using 3 variables in an easy manner and in a fast manner. Thank you for watching.